Hi, my name is Jonathan Rowe. I'm the director of the UNCW Entrepreneurship Center, and it is my pleasure to be here today with Kathy Dykman, the founder and CEO of Cape Fear Tutoring, our nonprofit award winner with Coastal Entrepreneur Awards. Now, Kathy, nonprofits play such a critical role not only in Wilmington but across the state. So please tell us about Cape Fear Tutoring and the success you've achieved over many years now.
Great. We incorporated in 1984 to meet a need of education in the schools in New Hanover County. At that time, busing was being introduced away from neighborhood schools, and children were not able to stay in school after school to receive much needed assistance. And so Cape Fear Tutoring came out of need. Lots of people started asking for tutoring to be established someplace so children could go. And we've done that and continue to do that since 1984. But we found that the children were in school all day and they needed something else to do to help. We needed income from the office space. So we're looking for a companion program, and we found the Child Adult Care Food Program, which is a federally funded program, so that our staff works on that during the day and then relinquishes the office space to the tutors.
And you also do a lot with nutrition.
That is the child.
Talk quickly about that and how important that is for young children these days.
We have about 1,000 facilities, daycare homes, and daycare centers throughout the state of North Carolina. Our staff is here, our central office is here, but we work with those daycare centers to help them be in compliance with the federal requirements and the state licensing requirements and the state health and sanitation requirements. And if they do prepare nutritious meals and introduce fruits and vegetables and low sugar, salt, low fat items, then they get reimbursed for part of those meals.
And congratulations on the Entrepreneur Award. I know you're very excited.
We're very
excited.
Staff
of 26. So congratulations again. And if you want to learn more information about Cape Fear Tutoring, please go to capefeartutoring.com.
Good morning, Wilmington. How are you? I'm Howard Rashid, University of North Carolina, Wilmington, Cameron School of Business. And I've seen a lot of businesses, and obviously you need a good business idea even for a nonprofit. And you've heard that Cape Fear Tutoring is a nonprofit that provides tutoring services as well as sponsoring daycare homes and centers in the USDA's Child and Adult Care Food Program, a federally funded nutrition program. You also know that there's a need because they play a vital role in providing that funding for nutritious and cost-effective meals and making it more affordable for low-income families through licensed or registered daycare homes and centers since 1984 in North Carolina. But what you don't hear, as well as you should, is the passion and compassion that Kathy Dykman has in managing a staff of 24. Besides providing management software, websites, books, workshops, what do they do that makes a difference? Obviously, poor nutrition is important. It's been linked to infectious disease and absence in schools. It decreases activity and social interaction, curiosity, and the cognitive functions of kids. Kids who do breakfast did better on performance tests. And as a researcher, I realized that evidence suggests that nutrition interventions benefit cognition and behavior to a greater extent in the poorer segments of society, as well as benefiting from improving behavior in the case of physical growth and development. So besides having a good product and a good business idea, they provide a needed value to our community. And it's summed up in their motto that Kathy has. My goal is to make sure every single kid in North Carolina has access to good, nutritious food. That sums it up. Help me welcome and show appreciation for Kathy and Cape Fear Tutoring in this award for nonprofit. It's very somber.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I wanted them to play Rocky when I came up the steps. And Jessica's a very hard act to follow, so I had to wear my only good suit so that I would be branded for your picture. Thank you, Mr. Rashad, for that introduction. And I couldn't be here as a not-for-profit organization without an incredible staff, and that whole group of wonderful people sitting in the middle of the room were brought to you today, not at our expense since we're not-for-profit, but by sponsors like Enterprise Car Rentals, by First Bank, and by an anonymous foundation. And I would just like to acknowledge my staff because I think we've got the most in attendance. Would you all stand, please? Thanks. And I would be remiss, and our office would be terrible for the next months if I didn't personally recognize Roberta Phelps, who is celebrating her 25th year of employment with Cape Fear Tutoring. Roberta, after 25 years. Okay. I had to do that because as a not-for-profit, no one has ever taken us to breakfast. No one's ever taken us to lunch. No one's ever taken us to dinner or anywhere, as a matter of fact. But it's very nice to be here. And the fact that we give so much back to our community is just very nice for my team to be recognized. I also have some people I need to recognize besides the Greater Wilmington Business Journal and UNCW who make this possible. We are a not-for-profit organization. We've been around for a long time. You don't know about us because we're out in the field working very hard every day. The people that need us know where we are and how to get to us. Most people know that there are 3 wise men in their lives. Well, the good news is I have 4, and I would like to introduce them and have them stand for just a second. The first is a personal banker and very good friend of mine that's been with Cape Fear Tutoring to provide stability financially and to help us through those time crunches. Currently the Senior Vice President of First Bank of Wilmington, Mr. Jerry Kinlow. Yeah. And my second wise man is sitting to his right, UNCW professor retired, who does our annual accounting and keeps us straight. As a not-for-profit, we report to the federal government. They send in U.S. Marshals if we aren't doing what we're supposed to do. That's a little scary. Dr. Chuck Ernie keeps us audited and on the straights every year. My third, a retired professor from UNCW, Dr. John Anderson, brought us technology when we had 1 Macintosh, and we came to UNCW and asked if someone could come and help us keep a database for 69,000 children. And he walked in the door and said, well, you need to get a computer. And I said, I have one. And he said, no, that's a Macintosh. Dr. John Anderson retired from UNCW. And the fourth wise man in my life, who's been there since I was 16, my favorite person, my soulmate, Dr. Randy Dykeman, my husband. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for this honor.